Welcome to What the Football. This guy was making funny jokes before the show started. This guy is Chaitanya, as always, joining me in the studio today to talk about all the things in the World Cup. Bite. Bites.
I just said bite.
No, bites. Bites are all the news today, and that's exactly what we have to start with. The trial of Luis Suarez. That's what they should have called it, I really think. Has happened. He has been banned for 4 long months from every single footballing activity
ever
what does that
made.
Mean? Like everything.
Ever made. He can't even pump air into a ball. He
Nothing.
can't take the ball to the kids or make his game.
Check
He
its
can't make his
consistency.
kids go out to play football. That's also banned.
Really?
So yeah. Again.
Right then, that's officially confirmed. The only people that can appeal this ban are Uruguay. I don't think they will do that, will they?
Well, they have this whole Suarez controversy. The judgment that was passed today has had a lot of reactions from a lot of varying corners, and the appeal actually came through Change.org. They actually filed a petition to get Luis Suarez banned, and 20,000 signatures were registered in just 24 hours.
We got more than that for, I think it was for Van Persie to do something horrible to him. And
again, ignore news that you will never need in your life.
Clearly the site only works when you want it to.
Moving on, he has, according to the FIFA's disciplinary code, violated Articles 46 and 57, which is unsporting behavior on the pitch. He misses key clashes, again, if he stays for Liverpool, because that aspect has also been cleaned with FIFA giving him the clean sheet. His status of transfer is available.
But no one's going to want him now. He's just like rotten property.
Well, whoever wants him will have to pay him 3 million to basically not be at the club, which is what Liverpool stand to lose if the ban kicks in, which it has effective today. And if he does stay with Liverpool, he manages to miss key clashes against A, Merseyside rivals Everton, and B, Manchester City at home. So that's a big loss for Liverpool. Also, in response to today's trial, Uruguay, the Uruguayan FA it's been passed around Twitter that they might boycott the game against Colombia in protest.
Really?
There's a lot of outrage,
How is a whole country blind or something?
I don't know about blind. I'm very sure they've seen him bite before to be
Maybe
okay with it.
No, is this a Uruguayan thing? Who knows?
Hey.
Oh, we've got Ravindranath joining us on Hangout. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
No, well, we don't seem to have any audio.
I don't think we got any audio there, guys.
Did Suarez bite the wire? Sorry. My bad, sorry.
Okay, well, anyway, today we will keep the Suarez thing on the minimum because we got a lot to push through with these big last round of group games coming through. Last fact on the Suarez thing, that £65,000 he has been fined. Moving on, what the fact? Suarez fact.
And well, you might get struck by lightning, you might get bitten by a dog. The odds of that are not as big as Luis Suarez biting you because, well, a shark can bite you 1 in 3.7 million times.
Happy days.
But Luis Suarez can bite you once every 2,000 times. So if you're Pirlo or Iniesta, you might be scared because if you make those 200 passes, might get a bite for your man of the match.
Right now, it's safer in this age of terrorism. It's safer to fly. It's safer to swim on the Gold Coast where they're great whites than it is to be on a football pitch with Luis Suarez.
Less safe if you're marking him. He will bite you.
Or Italian.
Or Italian. Apparently, he has that palate.
He has
that
palate.
That risotto pasta palate.
Indeed. No, what was it? Cannelloni.
Cannelloni.
Should have gone to
He eats
Specsavers.
the Catenaccio for cannelloni.
In other Uruguay news, Aguero is missing the next game. That's a big blow for them.
Well, he's sidelined out of the World Cup, was not doing anything for Argentina, noteworthy anyway. He has had, according to the physio, a grade 1 tear of his left thigh, and he did limp out, as we saw yesterday against that Argentinian win against Cameroon. He limped out during the game.
Well, not
so,
to the
well, you're pointing towards the wrong side should go.
Yes.
Downwarded thumbs. But I guess with Messi firing, Aguero could
and Messi firing on all cylinders. He's now on 4 goals just for this tournament. That puts him top of the Golden Boot race right now, tied with Neymar, so good on him.
Good on him.
A lot of excitement to see who comes out from the Barcelona frontman who takes the lead on the Golden Boot. Ecuador versus France, a 0-0 draw. But Mr. Paul Pogba,
Again, solid, and you could see him on his throughout the game. Also, he was very, 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 very aware to the match, aware to the task. Was always there. Was actually single-handedly marshalling the center of the center of the pitch. And Antoine Griezmann was everywhere again.
Kids are on fire.
The beautiful display from Griezmann yesterday.
Who do you think they like? If they were to pick up a horror injury to one of their players right now, who would they least like it to go to out of all this talent?
You would not want another Franck Ribéry repetition. So I'd say between Benzema and Pogba, they'll have to keep them wrapped in cotton wool, because that could get a huge problem for Benzema also and for
But
Pogba also.
nonetheless, Benzema was on the pitch. And Ravindranath, have we got you? Can you hear us now, sir? No, still not got him. Oh no. Right.
I think the noise cancellation is working the other way. He's cancelling all the noise from the inside.
Oh no, he's just left. All right then. Right, it's just you and me, sir.
Has he got to take a bite of a sandwich? I'm sorry. I
maybe.
am very, very sorry again. My apologies.
We got a little
We're on a loop. We're on an unending loop.
Right then. They didn't score though against Ecuador. Ecuador, the only South American team
not to qualify. Yeah,
and they didn't
surprisingly,
score, and they were down to 10 men. Ecuador.
Surprisingly, and they had 40 minutes, as you pointed out, 40 minutes of game time against 10 men. But again, it's very unpredictable the way France are going. They're very off and on. You see, the first game it was an okay performance. The second game was a hammering for Switzerland. The third game failing to score against Ecuador.
Weird.
So
it's not.
so
Yeah,
it's a very
consistency is
ebb and
a bit-
flow thing. Yeah.
And the teams haven't changed much. So there's something. It's something down to their opposition, and perhaps
The opposition.
I think it's
on-
something in the
yeah,
defense is up
Yeah,
there.
I think also with the defense and also with the fact that the French team hasn't found its center nucleus, because we didn't see Cabaye start yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw Pogba start yesterday. We saw Mathieu Debuchy being brought back from a wing position. We saw Giroud not start. We saw Benzema start, or Giroud not even coming for that point. So it's Didier Deschamps still has his final 11 on a blueprint.
Usually we have that Ribéry who can be that focal point and the guy
First
who
name on the
can
sheet,
build
sure.
his thing around.
Sure, he kind of brings the team around, and they're missing that kind of uniting influence in the team.
Meanwhile, Switzerland sealed their succession to the group stages with a comfortable 3-0 win over Honduras. Well done to them. Cheese for everybody.
Cheese for everybody. And chocolates for everybody.
Cheese and chocolates for everybody. Belgium too for the chocolates. We'll get to that.
We'll get to
them.
that.
Right, Argentina, happy days. Well, actually, not convincing.
Attack-wise, very convincing.
Indeed. I called a 3-0 win on the last show. I was right about the goals for column. It's just the goals against that didn't work out so well.
Well, again, the defense, you want to score, but how long will you score one more? How long will this keep going on for? Because winning a game against Cameroon 3-2 at the last game of the group, when you know every next game you now face is potentially a final.
Taking nothing away from Nigeria's performance, though. They did, they still scored, they still got stuck in.
Yeah, very true. And
Cameroon, rather.
No,
it was Nigeria.
And
who wrote that?
Suarez. I'm blaming everything
Somebody's
on Luis
bitten our notes. Right then.
But at the same time, we spoke about Musa, the Nigerian striker, who was on fire last night.
For sure.
Almost had 3 chances to complete his hat-trick. So, if you're an Argentine fan, you don't want to see a Nigerian striker running amok among your lines.
Indeed. If his finishing was any better, it would have been a completely different
It would have been a draw.
It would have been a draw. It would have been
solid. Easily been a draw, and which again comes to question that as attack heavy as you are, how long will you keep outscoring the teams? Because you can only face better teams from now on. You will face Brazil, you will face France, teams who have very solid back fours. So it's just a question of Argentina really shoring up their back four, because in the attack department they're supremely sorted.
Absolutely. Even without Aguero, they shouldn't have much problems. Lavezzi, what's up? Where is he?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm very sure if you have your 11 planned out as an Argentine fan, you must have him on your team sheet, don't you?
I start him over Higuain actually any day of the week.
And I fail to see why that would not happen in the Argentine team anyway, because as we again were saying, Di Maria shot everything to the keeper.
I find him being played out of position actually that is his role, that is his position, but for the Argentina team, he needs to be getting more balls and less of the shooting directly at goal, like you pointed out.
All of that holds true only if he starts. He can't even afford a start on this team, which is very, very saddening for Argentina, considering he has been in great
Yeah,
form
when
for
he's
PSG
on,
all
he's
year.
on like Donkey Kong, man.
And even yesterday when he was brought off the bench, very, very convincing display, gives you that final piece of the attacking jigsaw in Argentina when there's that guy who will run who will run with physical presence throughout his run.
Yeah.
You need someone like
You
that
need-
because of Angel Di Maria's frail structure. You need a powerhouse there.
Especially with the, I mean, that's going to prove you really, really handy because when you're facing the South American teams, they're all
Yeah.
playing the
Yeah.
fast game. You need to hit
Yeah.
them right back where they're hitting you.
And I think Argentina actually got a taste of that cold hard African or South American mentality with Nigeria yesterday because they were being asked to do a lot more than a lot that they should have. They sweated a lot more than they should have Argentina during the last game.
Indeed. On the other channel, we had, of course, that was, of course, Ecuador, France happening. Later on, that's then how, let's take a look at the knockout table. Sorry, I'm still trying to think of Suarez puns, to
Yeah, I
be
know, it
honest.
kinda takes away.
I'm just going to let that go completely. Let's take a look at the knockout table, and that's where it stands. Argentina will play Ecuador in the next round, so interesting. Sorry. Hey. Oh, there we go. It's back on there. Right then, so that's how it looks out. Of course, the games tonight will decide who takes the last spots there. All South American teams have just got 1, 2, 3 European teams, potentially 4, 5. Well, Portugal
I
has to
think
pull
you're
off a
gonna keep,
miracle to get
yeah,
another
and
one
I
in there.
think what
But
everyone done is
Germany's going to jump in there, obviously.
yeah, but I think the amount of European teams is going to decrease as the tournament moves on because
Yeah.
you've clearly seen that.
But
the
it's
South
nice. I
American
mean,
teams-
the way it's going to come out, you might not have to see a European team play another European team till the quarters, maybe
True.
even the semis. Who knows?
True.
If they make it that
True.
far. Let's see. What do you think of these? What do you think of these lineups there?
Again, yet to be completed with today's game still to feature, but this looks for a mouth-watering lead down because you have the likes of Netherlands and Brazil tied up with the same quarterfinal. You would expect them to win. Again, we leave that to the group right. No discussing groups right now.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Yes.
Away with it.
Awaying with it. Awaying with it. Awaying with it. Right. Iran also, of course, had to taste sad defeat there to Bosnia. I was quite close, by the way, on predicting. It came almost
Not
came to that.
there. Quite close.
Quite close,
I give
but
that to
it
you.
still became a goal difference type kind of situation. It was in the balance, actually, but not the way I predicted it when it went to.
You were
Argentina.
expecting a lot in the
But
Argentina.
had Argentina scored one more goal and Iran pulled off a miracle victory
Again,
at
that
the end.
would have been a long shot, but something we can always
If
ponder.
bots, what's, but no coconuts. Yes. Everyone, Dzeko, Pjanic, all came
Vesalivic,
to.
everyone, just a good sign
And
off for a country that's appearing for its first
I'm
World
really,
Cup.
really sad I'm not going to be seeing more of this Pjanic. He's
Yeah.
really,
I think you
really
might see him a lot in
impressed me.
Roma because he's again carrying very good form. We'll go back to Roma and do
No,
the
no, of
exact
course.
same thing. But
I'm saying for this World Cup,
yeah,
he was really one of those players
was
who
about to
making a
stir up,
difference.
but
You know,
then,
you can
yeah.
get real support behind him.
but
I
again
like
for a
that.
country who's appeared for the first time in the World Cup, I think they should be pretty satisfied with where they are. The group was easy to them, but with Argentina, you really don't. It's a three-way tie for second spot. You really can't ask a lot.
True say. The action also happening later on tonight in our previews is the Group H action. Let's take a look at the table there. We've got Belgium versus South Korea, and we've got Algeria versus Russia. My picks from the beginning, Belgium to get out of the knockout stages. My prediction is at least they're on target. I don't see them losing out anywhere there. It's impossible. And I actually think Korea might sneak through
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure there's a permutation that you've concocted
No,
already.
no,
Why
no.
not? Come on.
Why not? All they have to do is win. They have to beat Belgium. Belgium will finish second, and they're through. If this game ends in a stalemate, ends in a draw, what's to say it won't happen? Oh wait, no, then goal difference on Algeria and Korea. Goal difference.
That's
will
why
happen.
that 4-2 win comes in really handy for Algeria.
Well, anything can happen. This is Korea, after all. They did make it far once before, so it's not their first run out. Look what happened with Greece. They made it through as well. There are going to be no significant changes to either the Belgium or the Korea squad from their last games. Both have sort of... Korea don't have much of an option in terms of changing their bench. Belgium are looking quite comfortable with their attack and their setup. I think Algeria-Russia will be a very nice game.
Yeah, I think that should come out to actually, that could be the deciding
That will
game.
be the decider, in fact.
Because if Russia get an upset win from anywhere, no goal difference, no wins matter, Russia goes straight into the group.
Indeed.
And if Korea get, well, again, a long shot with Belgium, they could actually
if Korea would want, if anyone had to win out of these, a draw is not good for them.
Again, a lot of
A lot of combinations,
A lot of
actually. It's a very
combinations.
similar situation to the Greece
group.
How it was.
A very realistic situation because a win for any of the three teams below Belgium changes everything.
Indeedy. Rightio then to the bigger games coming up at 9:30 our time. Starting with, of course, Germany.
Here, the greatest WWE superstar of all time.
Right then, Hulk Hogan popping in on the show. Thank you for joining us, Hulk. You got something else to say?
And all I have to say is good luck, Germany, when the men's U.S. soccer team pounds you down to the ground.
Right then, Hollywood Hulk Hogan predicting a little bit of a victory for the
Why
US.
is he
there.
here?
I'm not sure, but he's got more to say. I can hear him.
I guess all I have to say, USA is the greatest country in the world. The USA men's soccer team is going to wipe out Germany. And by the way, what you going to do, Germany, when the men's USA soccer team runs wild on you?
Alrighty then. He's clearly pumped up. And so are the entire United States. Celebrations are already preemptively kicking off because they're just excited to make it this far this time around. Last time when they qualified unexpectedly through the previous tournament, there was mayhem in the streets.
Well, basically, and I also saw a look at the US wires. The United States of America has a completely different connotation of the World Cup. According to them, Group G is the group of death.
Arguably, true.
Arguably, but
totally
they are conceding it to be the group of death, and this for them is that match which decides everything because they have everything working for them. They have Jurgen Klinsmann on their side, a German who knows his football well, also knows German football well. He's not here to make any friends. He's come out very openly and said that I'm here to win this game with the United States, not to reconnect with my old German pal. So the idea is straight.
Statistically, they're matched up quite evenly in terms
Okay.
of not being defeated. Germany undefeated in 13, the USA in 10 out of their last 11, which is not bad at all, I have to say. What do you think is going to happen here? Because we've got some changes going on over there. Sami Khedira has been dropped, Schweinsteiger in, which is a positive
again,
if you ask any of us.
Big plus for the Germans heading into this game. And as you said, Jerome Boateng is expected to miss the game, and I guess like last time, Mustafi will start. So
adequate cover completely there.
Yep.
Because there's not going to be really much threat that Mustafi's going to have to deal with, like for example with Portugal when they had to face them having to deal with Ronaldo single-handedly, for example. That's not there anymore. He could even send Philipp Lahm there if he had a injury issue or whatever. Bring Khedira back in, into the midfield. So he's sorted. 3 Arsenal players playing in the lineup tonight. This guy said Per Mertesacker would not be the first choice, who's played pretty much in every game.
I also said no clubs. How do you want me to wear a T-shirt which says no mention of clubs?
I'm talking about the German team. I'm talking about the German team, which you're wearing the shirt of. You're just not happy that there are more Arsenal players in the German team that you support than United players. Oh, I think we've had a Dr. Phil moment.
I think I want an Oprah moment where I want to run somewhere away with all my happiness and not it be interrupted.
But actually, on a serious note, I say this because they have brought Lucas Podolski in for this game. What is your reason for that?
Again, love him. If they're gonna play him the position he's been always playing, he's gonna fire for Germany. He loves playing up top. He said that out enough and more times for any manager to take notice. He's got the shirt to back it up.
Yes.
I think it's high time he actually plays that
Let's
role.
just let him play where he
You've
wants
given
to.
him everything a striker gets, but not the striker's
But
role.
with this happening now, this means I think he's going to be played wide out because if I looked at the lineup, they're going to be playing Muller up top, which
Again,
means
you cannot take off that guy. You cannot keep him off the team. He scored a hat-trick in the first game of his team. There's no going down from there, is it?
And we've got Klose and his records and all that also on the bench, waiting to see what happens there. I'm sure he'll get on versus a team like USA. Because USA will be very formed, like you said, they've got Klinsmann in there. They'll have them very, very structured against a team, especially against a team like Germany, who are equally
And I think it'll be
structured.
kind of romantic if Germany get a penalty and bring on Miroslav Klose just to take it and to break that barrier and to set German record straight. That'll be awesome.
I like that. I like that as a prediction, in fact.
Yeah,
a
sure.
penalty
If
in
that's
this
what
game
it takes to
tonight.
not tell me the prediction of this game because I did not want to, so be it.
Fair enough. But no prediction from you then?
Well, I think
You- I mean, you're
Hulk
obviously
Hogan
supporting
might not.
Germany, so-
Hulk Hogan
Hulk Hogan's not going
might
to
not.
Is he still on the air with us? I hope not.
No. I hope.
Sorry, right.
Imagine how terrified I was.
That's true.
So yeah,
That's
but I
true.
don't think that's gonna matter because on the pitch, I don't think the Hulkamaniacs can make a difference.
Well, it's good to see that the US are super excited about their. I was going to say the S
Soccer.
word. I was going to say the S
sorry.
word. Yeah, you
Gotta
said it.
get
You
some
beat me to it. Otherwise,
kerosene.
Portugal-Ghana is our other game, which is also going to be a sumptuous game. Lots to play for in this group.
And lots happening off the pitch too, with Ghana's team being stripped off their two main
Yes,
stars.
not the only
suspended,
Boateng who's going to be
sacked.
missing out tonight.
You couldn't say it any better. The other Boateng who did decide to play for Ghana instead of Germany, him along with Salih Muntari have been sacked, axed, banned, Suarez, whatever you want to call it, from the game against Portugal tonight. And well, right after that sacking, Kevin Prince Boateng actually went to a German newspaper and said, Salih Muntari and I was just joking around, and the coach stopped the session and sent us back to the changing room, he
Hey.
said. Afterwards, I went to him and asked what he had against me, and he started yelling at me, insulted me. There were also words like the F word used a lot
Football?
in that conversation.
Football?
Yes, football. He said football off. So,
Yes, okay, gotcha.
so that was football. And there was some mention of a man running
Broken
with
bottle,
a broken
right?
bottle. So
That sounds a bit hooligan.
just another
What's
day in
going
the
on?
changing room.
Yes, a lot of violence in this World Cup.
People
God knows what'll
biting,
happen.
running after each other with broken bottles.
What is next? What is next? What is next, actually, is that Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing forward today because we have got no Hugo Almeida, we've got no Helder Postiga. They're all out, injured. And Eder is not, although he is going to be starting, is not exactly the best in their team. So they're going to be sticking Ronaldo up front. Happy to see him in a position where he
I
can
think,
do what he
yeah.
does best.
I think he's happy more than us to be there because now things are actually in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Goals coming from Portugal now single-handedly are relying on Ronaldo as their outlet.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen he can do it. He's played striker for Portugal over and over again during qualifiers, during the international friendlies, during the warm-ups, every time. So we know he's used to that role. And when you have that kind of service, if they put Varela instead of Ronaldo's position where Ronaldo was previously playing, put Nani on the other flank, I think Ronaldo, even as a header, even as a
completely.
marksman, he's brilliant in that
He's
position.
an all-round footballer. You can use him
So
pretty much anywhere.
I think this game is the game that matters. So why not put all of what you got?
Indeed,
Right?
you know, we were having this conversation. We haven't actually noticed that this actually might be. Shivanya said today, I was like, Ronaldo's like, what, 27, 28? He's like, no, he's 29, which means he'll be 33 by the time the next World Cup rounds. So could this be Ronaldo's last World Cup, sir?
Well, do tell us on Twitter because we had this conversation for an hour and we still couldn't be on the same page. We'd like to know what you think because, as he said, he's 33, 2018 World Cup in Russia. Will he be there? Will he not be there? Will he be too old then?
If he's still playing, where will he
Where
be
will
used?
he play? Where will he be used? Will that coach, who if gets hold of a certain set of youth players, ignore Ronaldo because he's 33? So, do let us know. You know the hashtag. It's hashtag WTFootball, hashtag India Post Live. We're waiting for your tweets, and if they're better than us, we'll actually read them.
Yes,
They're very, very modest like that.
Indeed. At India Post Live is the handle, of course, on indiapostlive.com. What is your prediction for this game?
Portugal, Ghana. I think Ghana are gonna suffer because of the Muntari, Boateng bans. I think they're gonna go down.
They're going to go down. Let's take a look at the Group G graphics then and see how that prediction would affect the table. Right then, if Portugal do go through, they will only still sit on 4 points along with USA. That would require Germany to win, of course, if Portugal have any chance of going through. Ghana equally so.
Absolutely.
Whoever wins that game will go through because Germany, I think, will clinch it over there. Of course, a draw there for Germany and USA will mean that that table will remain pretty much as it is. The bottom two become irrelevant, and so does the match.
I think Portugal's chances, on a very small thought, as a parting thought, I think Portugal's chances are increased by the fact that USA actually play Germany because them qualifying now becomes a realistic target with Germany, well, favourites to win the competition if not this game facing USA.
But mind you, Portugal are going to have to put through I mean, you've always been giving me stick for permutations and combinations in unlikely situations, but that's a lot of goals that they're going to have to
lot
score.
of goals.
It's a
And that is
lot of
why,
goals.
before I even said that Germany win against the USA, Portugal have to do the first thing that they have in their hands, which is win against Ghana. Register a resounding win against Ghana, state your claim for qualification, and then again, it's not in their hands.
True say.
to
One thing
wait
I
for
didn't
Germany.
think of, that Cristiano Ronaldo might not have to do all the work himself. It could be the Germans that give them a helping hand. If Germany does do a lot of high scoring, if Klose decides to get another goal, if Muller decides to get another hat-trick, that is going to, of course, negatively affect the USA.
Yeah, but then, as I said, the
difference.
first thing Portugal need to do is get those 3 points in hand
Yeah.
to actually let the goal difference matter at that point.
Guarantee. So Ghana now, with their players missing, who's going to be their main man?
I think with Muntari and Boateng suspended, you would like to. That's what I said. I think that's going to be their downfall, because again, Portugal and the Ghanaian midfield might also almost be the same, with João Moutinho being the only exception. And that is where they could have outrun Portugal in the middle of the park with Muntari and Boateng running around. Muntari on the wide, Boateng center. Again, that's all gone. So you really don't stand a chance. And well, with Pepe not there, you will have an entire 11 players of
We
Portugal.
forgot to mention Pepe's headbutt when we were talking about the broken bottles and stuff. There's now headbutting on the ground.
Yeah, so
we got to keep a track of these. We'll
so
do
Portugal
something funny
will
on
have 11 men. So expect a win for Portugal, unless and until Ghana pulls something out of the bag, which every team has done during the World Cup.
Happy days.
But as far as it stands, I see a Portugal win and also a Portugal qualification, if that's the case.
Well, I also hope, I really do want to see Ronaldo at least give it a shot. If anything, let's see him score 4 goals just to prove a point to Lionel Messi.
Might
that
just be
I'm
enough
as good
to
as
take his
you.
team
I'm
through.
as good
Yep.
as you. At least if my team can't
Yep.
do it, I can. Right then, that's pretty much all we've got time for today on What the Football. Guys, thank you so much for joining us again. Chaitanya and I will be back tomorrow to talk more about everything. We've, of course, got that trip to Brazil that you can win by going on to IndiaPostLive.com and playing the contest that we've got there. That is definitely something you should do, because Brazil is awesome. And they're also going to be hosting the Olympics, so you can maybe go down there, figure out what's going on, all that sort of
We're
stuff.
not hosting the Olympics.
We're not
right?
hosting the Olympics. We're not doing that. People springboarding off things and then doing swan dive. No, football. Football it is then, but that is, of course, the end of What the Football today. Guys, enjoy the game. We will do the same, and we will see you tomorrow, same time. It's so cheesy, same place. He's kissing. I've already kissed. Good night, folks.